Good work.
Let's move on to Dina.
This was not a successful makeup.
I'm very concerned how it illustrated her lack of anatomical knowledge.
And the sculpting of the deer and the cloven hooves. None of it was good work.
All right, let's move on to Kayla.
I wish more detail had been spent on the face. It became stone rather than monochrome.
Having the vertebrae in the front and the breasts out the back, that's fine. But the sculpture of those two elements was so soft and vague.
Let's move on to Sasha.
There was clearly an apparent lack of cardiovascular knowledge.
It looked like a child with crayons on the wall.
Yeah.
And that concerns me because she is so much better than that.
I just think she was completely lost.
All right, then, judges, have you made your decisions?
Yeah.
Let's bring back up. Glenn, tell us about the top looks.
Rachel, we really liked the character's backstory, and we were particularly fond of the way that you rigged the mouth of your character's chest. George, your villain was definitely one of the most realistic makeups out there tonight, and it was incredibly well suited to your film poster. And Sig, we love that you embraced a gloriously gory concept, and we were really impressed with everything that you were able to get done.
All right, who's the winner of this challenge?
The winner of tonight's challenge is...
All right, Glenn, who is the winner of this challenge?
The winner of tonight's challenge is... George.
Finally got one. Who's up?
We think your villain was spot on for this challenge, and we can easily envision her scaring people at Universal Studios Halloween Horror Nights. Great job.
Thank you. This is my first win. It feels great. People are gonna pay to be scared by my makeup. That's really cool.
George, congratulations! Your makeup will be featured at Universal Studios Halloween Horror Nights Hollywood and Orlando. You, Sig, and Rachel can head back to the makeup room. Unfortunately, that does mean the three of you are on the bottom this week, and one of you will be eliminated. Please step forward. All right, Glenn, tell us about the bottom box.
Dina, we get that you wanted to do something different, but this was a horror challenge. There's nothing scary about the makeup. Caleb, it was a valiant effort, but it was just too much work in the timeline for this challenge, and that showed in your final work. Sasha, between the poor sculpting and the bizarre paint decisions, we really struggled to find something about this makeup that we liked.
So who is going home tonight?
The person going home tonight is Sasha. We had a really hard time understanding where it was we were going with this character. It didn't work for us on any level.
Sasha, I'm sorry, but that means you have been eliminated. Dina, Kaylin, you are safe and can head back to the makeup